Hey guys, welcome back to another Swiss01 video. And today we are back in X-Plane with quite a special plane. I don't really know what this is, to be honest. Yeah, this is very interesting to say the least. As interesting as my Instagram, follow me. Now, today's video is gonna be maybe about old British planes and their problems, their aesthetic problems, because they were pretty ugly. The main focus of this video is going to be the Bristol Freighter, which this one is. This is indeed the Bristol Freighter. Now, maybe let me leave some words about Bristol itself. Now, the Bristol Aeroplane Company was founded in England in 1910, and then it eventually died in 1966. And that's all that is to it. And ironically, we are at the island of Majorca, where you can find a lot of British people. Now, the Bristol Freighter, which we have in front of us, is pretty much the most successful of Bristol's aircraft, or one of the most successful. 214 of this plane was built, which is really not bad. Now, you know, this really looks old, which might be because it is very old. Now, this plane came out in 1945, which is damn, but that is really old. And it was produced for another 13 years until it ended up dying, you know, like every plane. What is interesting about this? It's kind of like a 747 DC-3 as well. It's weird. Let's just take this plane off first. Now, obviously, this design has some very big advantages. You know, having the cockpit on kind of a second floor and the cabin on the first floor or whatever. Oh, we are rolling off the runway. Yeah, as you can tell, this is a tail dragger, which is a bit different to fly, obviously. And there's some wildfires in the back. That's not good. Yeah, we only have a 2D cockpit though, which is kind of sad. Obviously, this looks quite old. This plane is damn. This is really old, like 1945. Damn. Actually, I wouldn't have thought that this plane was actually that old, but it is. Now, this plane was more of a short-haul aircraft. You know, back in the day, there was not really short, medium, and long-haul. There was just planes. But this plane was flying only shorter distances. Now, it was mostly used to carry cars and their passengers in relatively short distances. And we have broken off the flaps. Yep, they're gone. You can tell. Let's land without flaps then. Damn, this plane is kind of quick for such an old piston. Is that a piston? That is a piston for sure. Very good. No, there was also a version of this plane built only for passengers and not without their cars. Now, I can imagine that this plane must have been used a lot between, you know, mainland Europe and Britain, you know, to ferry over the cars and their owners. I'll land. Oh, we have landed already. Oh, I didn't notice. Okay. That was just too smooth, you know, when you land so smoothly that, you know, you don't know when you actually land. Let's check out that landing. Ouch. Not too bad. I've actually seen worse landings. Whatever. This plane was actually, like, genuinely able to carry some stuff. This thing was able to carry a 3-ton truck, and it was really rugged. This seems like quite a nice plane after all. It flies well. This is not the only plane with a strange design like this, you know, with, you know, kind of like the 747 that has its cockpit in somewhat second floor. Now, the other plane that we have already talked about on this channel is, for example, the Carvair. Wait a second, I'm gonna spawn that up. The Carvair definitely looks worse. This one is slightly bigger. It seats more passengers, and as you can see right here, there's kind of like a cargo hold in front that was also used for cars. So it kind of was like a mix between a passenger plane and a cargo plane, just like the Freighter. Now, just like the Freighter too, this plane's cockpit is in the second floor. And this one is pretty high up, actually, so that you can actually fit some things in front. Let's go to some random airport, but I do gotta say that the Bristol Freighter looks a lot better than the Carvair. Right, so now we have spawned in at London City with the very interesting Carvair. Let's try taking that one off. Now, the Carvair is actually so much older than London City itself. This one came out in the 60s, and the manufacturer of this aircraft is not Bristol. It's actually Aviation Traders, which is another British airline manufacturer that is very dead at this point. Now, unlike the Bristol Freighter, this plane was not very successful. Only 21 of these were built. it. And the FPS are very, very low because we are in London. That's not good. I think we might have crashed there too. That's not good either. No, actually, I wanted to show some other aircraft, but I cannot do that at this point. Like, genuinely, all the airlines that used the Bristol 170 freighter are dead now. The only airline that is actually not dead that used to have this plane is Aer Lingus. Kind of cool. What do we have to lose? Let's try Glucroft. Now, the Bristol 170 is actually not so much of a big plane. It's kind of compact. Alright, so here we are at Glucroft. This is gonna go quite wrong. I can already tell that. This kind of looks like, I don't know, it looks like a frog. I cannot really tell. Or a turd. Oh, no, not turd. This just looks strange, I would say. Lose some flaps, and let's go full power. Let's see if we can take off, right? Oh, Jesus. Oh, come on. Yeah, nose steering is something that I always miss about tail draggers, but we're gonna be able to take off very much now. That was a very successful takeoff. Interesting. Let's try St. Bartholomew. Should definitely not be a problem. Let's try landing there, though, to finish off this video. And actually, I think I like the concept of having both a cargo and a passenger plane at once. You know, this plane was not such a failure commercially. It was sold quite worldwide. Okay, hard touchdown. Oh, now I don't know how you're supposed to land a tail dragger, but I don't think you should do it this way. Ouch. I don't know what happened there, but I mean, we stopped, right? That's all what counts. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow. As always, good night.